Hello everyone, welcome to the Social Club. This week I am joined on the show by Ped and Adam Mckola.
They were ready, they had flags, t-shirts, all sorts made, and that was their moment, and we ruined it.
But first, a little roundup of this weekend's action, kicking off with Gianluca Di Marzio, who enraged basically the entirety of the British mainstream football reporting press by not just breaking, but smashing a half-10 embargo on the Pep Guardiola Paul Pogba story. Harry Kane revealed in a little video that he is in no way, shape or form desperate to overhaul Mo Salah to be this season's top goal scorer.
Hi guys, ready to win. I'll be very delighted with the goal, I swear. It was my goal, I'm going to take my word for it. But no, I'm really happy with the result.
Memphis Depay reacted to the news that he's going to be staying at Lyon forever and ever and ever. Really well.
Combien vous le vendez au Real Madrid?
He's staying here all the time.
I need somebody help. All the time? C'est vrai?
My children.
Yes. Okay.
And Manchester City lost out on the chance to seal a Premier League title in front of their rivals, Man United.
No title party, you can cry if you want to, cry if you want to, cry if you want to.
More on that later, but let's get over to the show. Yes, I am joined by Ped and making his new Social Club debut, Adam Mckola.
How are we doing?
You good? You've got an amazing t-shirt on that no one watching the show will ever get to see.
It's sad, isn't it?
The back. Mwah.
If only my chair could spin around.
So, well listen, we're going to get stuck into Chelsea, but I thought it was best to hear it from Rory and Sophie first.
What's happening, Paul and everyone at Social Club? It's Rory and Sophie here. You've asked us such a hard question. You said, why did it all go so wrong for Chelsea this season? And you only want 60 seconds.
Transfers.
It's
the board. I think it's fine to have the odd transfer that doesn't work out every season, but to not give our manager a couple of the players that he wanted, that he felt he needed to win trophies to win the league.
And the fact that we let players of the calibre of Diego Costa and Nemanja Matic go, and we really haven't replaced them. Alvaro Morata has been a shadow of the man. Diego Costa is everything that I want Morata to be, and Bakayoko replacing Matic really didn't work either.
No.
So yeah, it's been pretty depressing at Stamford Bridge, and I think if we have to put it down to one thing, it's going to be transfers.
Ped,
Yes.
where do you think it's gone wrong for Chelsea this season? I can't look too far past what the guys have said there. Is it predominantly just a transfer thing for you?
Not replacing Costa was the biggest problem. Their team seems to me like it was always set up for an aggressive centre forward to create the space, open up the channels for the likes of Pedro and Hazard to come into them. They've bought a centre forward, who can score goals and is a decent centre forward, but just hasn't got that aggression that you need.
It's mad, isn't it? Because you were very close to Morata in the summer. You ended up with Lukaku
I still think
instead.
Morata's a very good player.
I agree, yeah.
I just think Chelsea are just missing. Costa gave them a lot more than a striker and goals. They gave him someone that when things weren't going well for them, he could pull it together and make a moment that would spark the crowd and get things going for them. But every season, when they do well, they come into it, you're wondering who's making the signings and who's doing this, who's doing that. The manager's looking stressed out as weeks go by, and he just doesn't seem to really care if he loses his job or not. And you remember Jose Mourinho looking the exact same, and people then were blaming Jose, saying it was his fault. Conte is a very good manager that will go elsewhere, do well. And what is the point of you guys changing it?
You've been saying this for weeks, haven't you? You know, saying since January, he looks like a man who wants to be sacked. But what's come first? Is that his attitude, or is that his attitude as a result of the way that he's been getting treated?
I think a lot of it actually comes down to not signing Lukaku.
Letting Matic go as well, I think, was a big one for them.
It's not letting Matic go per se, but it's true across the board. It's who you replace him with.
Bakayoko would have been someone that most teams wanted.
Yeah, true. But you're right, the Bakayoko thing, there's no accounting for Bakayoko being as bad as he's been, because you're right, most teams...
And plus, when you're going against what your manager wants, you're naturally going to make him less arsed about his job. If you're going against him, he doesn't want to sell this player and you sell him, and then you bring a player in that he doesn't want either. And plus, they're spending big money on the likes of Barkley, Drinkwater, all these players that maybe he didn't want.
They brought in players that they can move out with a Chelsea premium to balance the books. Chelsea
just players to tick a box.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's what I'm saying. It's the way they've done things in the past, and I think if you buy less quality, it will always get worse.
I think it's because Abramovich, as well as obviously at the start he was pumping a lot of money in, and now he's kind of hoping to recoup some of that. They got the new stadium coming. There's a lot of different things going on there where maybe they're just going to go into kind of an Arsenal phase of...
I'm not sure it's quite so bad as that, but then they're clearly not free spending the way that they were, 15 years ago or whatever, which makes it a slightly more level playing field, except for Man City. Oh, and except for Man United, of course. It's tough because they'll get a new manager in. They'll spend 200 million.
Who do you think they'll gain?
Well, I don't know, but the point is that they'll do it because that's what they do, and they'll win the league again, and there won't be a problem. And it makes you wonder, what is the problem? Do you care? Do Chelsea fans, do you really care about Conte? I know you like him, and he's done a good job on it, but been down this road so many times before. I remember hearing a story about Villas-Boas from Ian Ayre, who used to be Liverpool's managing director, told me a story about Villas-Boas, and Liverpool were put off him because they'd heard stories about him, and he lost the plot at Chelsea because of the lack of control that he had. Yeah. He started making weird decisions and trying to micromanage weird areas of the club, like changing potted plant colours and moving benches and stuff. No, true, but because he could. Just one last thing then on the Chelsea thing, is it the January decision? They've not kicked on. Michy Batshuayi's gone on, he's got 7 and 9, I think, for Dortmund at this point. Giroud's not scored a league goal for them.
I don't know why they bought Giroud. I really don't.
If he crops up and scores the late winner at the weekend, like, because he did it so often for Arsenal, that makes sense.
It was purely based on what Costa did. Yeah. They won that league last season because he turned up. Whereas the season before, he was always fighting with people and doing the wrong thing. Last season, he did the right thing and they won the league. It's no coincidence.
Yeah. You can't underestimate the value of someone who's got that attitude, that winning attitude up front. People told all the pictures of Costa's out there, he's basically eating raw animals in the forest. And
kids,
Morata's painting his missus' nails and putting it on Instagram. You know what I mean? That's
and dyeing his hair red.
Yeah, sure. We'll talk about people dyeing their hair actually funny colours in a little bit as we discuss the derby weekend coming up. But yeah, Leslie, thoughts of your Chelsea fan, where do you think it's all gone wrong for Chelsea so far this season, albeit, with an FA Cup still potentially on the horizon as well? Don't forget the anagram as well. A little bit of a clue. It's a retired former midfielder and current manager. Yeah, get stuck into that. Okay then, derby weekend. Wow. It looked like it wasn't going to live up to the bill in any way, shape or form, as the Merseyside derby was terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible, wasn't it?
It was terrible.
I've never cared less about a Merseyside derby than I did about going into this one.
So,
how many is that?
Why?
One now?
I don't know. I've forgotten. There's too many.
17.
They don't care about us, but they know all the numbers. They know all the numbers.
James Milner tweeted.
They'll put it on a big bed sheet and take it wherever they go. Because that's what they do.
Yeah.
While throwing balls.
Oh, shut up. You see your lads walking down County Road, or 4 lads walking down County Road with the Wigan accents and the blue smoke.
Why would they have Wigan accents?
It's a grand old team to play for, and it's a grand old team to support.
Can I ask you a question? Did that video bring shame on the entire city of Liverpool? No, it didn't. Case closed. Case closed.
Any more to say about the game?
No.
I thought you should have won.
We should have won. Yeah, wouldn't that have been nice? We missed 2 glaringly easy chances with minutes to spare.
Genuinely, what was your reaction to those missed chances? I'm not trying to wind it up.
I was sitting on the floor in the Gareth seat.
Really?
Yeah, honestly. How can you miss chances like that in a derby? How can you do it?
Yeah. So anyway,
That's how I felt in the first half.
Man City played Manchester United. It looked like it was just going to be a procession for City. Everything they've ever dreamt of was a chance to lift the title in front of you after giving them 30 years of stick. And it all looked like it was going to plan until it completely and utterly fell apart.
I was dead inside during that first half. That first half was awful. It's weird that City against us has scored 4 goals this season. 3 of them have been from set pieces. And that's one of the most annoying things about it. The defending for their first goal was awful. And I was laying into Christopher Smalling so much that I couldn't believe it when he popped up with the winner. I think it lived up to the expectations of the derby day, maybe not to the expectations of the neutrals and the Manchester City fans and all that. But we had to get that result. I know it sounds small time and we kind of ridiculed City for, oh yeah, they beat us, but we won the league, who cares? I know that's small time, but the whole momentum swinging thing and them lot, they were ready. They had flags, t-shirts, all sorts made, and that was their moment, and we ruined it. That could also give the players and the manager of Manchester United a confidence boost to think like, they're not that much better than everyone. And I think Liverpool have shown that, other teams have shown that so far. They have been absolutely fantastic this season, but even Everton got a point against them. Shows
that's most disappointing
anything
thing
can
on the
happen.
weekend is we lost our record. The only team to take any points off them at the Etihad. And really, they're my ambitions now.
It ended up being the story of Paul Pogba, didn't it? You know, he
didn't really have a good game, no.
I don't think anyone was really great in the first half of United. Second
Can I
half,
ask a
he stepped
question?
it up a little bit.
The hair thing.
I didn't make nothing of
TikTok
it.
hilarious.
I found it hilarious how like he had dyed his hair blue for the France international break, and then I found it hilarious. The derby came around and everyone was like, "His hair's still blue. Why hasn't he dyed his hair?" When normally they're saying, "Why does he dye his hair every week? It's still blue." As we saw, like it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, but when in the build-up, when there's
It's
all
kind of
the
like
story,
we ridicule City fans for having blue ketchup and shit like that, and then we complain because
I would have gone mental on him.
Why?
No, I've got no, because I can't bear Everton players wearing red boots or having any red on them. No, but that's just the way it is. I just think I think everyone in football should have their little thing.
It's worth mentioning.
It's what makes football football.
Why did you give me that Goonies t-shirt?
Because it was red.
Because it was red.
Because I wouldn't wear anything with red. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't want anyone thinking that I was a Liverpool fan.
Do Man City fans wear like sky blue Santa hats and stuff?
yeah, I know it was kind of City blue, but we
Well,
have
that's
blue
the difference.
shirts and
That's
stuff
because
like,
maybe that's because you're United have blue kit, so it's slightly different.
Anyway.
It's like, who cares what colour? I just
Well,
don't
football
get it.
fans-
reason
it's
why-
It's just stupid.
Football fans do care
It's
though.
absolutely the only thing blue in Manchester is his hair.
The reason why
People that just have to complain.
The reason why people were kicking off about it is because the story had broken in the build to the derby that he'd been offered to Man City in January, and for him to then rock up with basically sky.
His hair was blue before Pep said that.
Okay.
Change colour.
And then those same people would have been saying,
But that's why I think
Paul
he's kept
Pogba
it.
getting his hair dyed, not focusing on his game, all this, that. You know they would have been saying that.
Maybe he needs to play better.
Yeah.
Well, he did, didn't he?
Sorry, gents. Can I get your opinions, though, on the fans who were crying in the stands? Look, I don't want to feel like we're just starting this show to dig Man City fans out.
No,
by
we
the
have.
way.
We
But
have.
why are you crying? You're going to win the league title. If you don't win it against Spurs, you'll win it the week later, or the week later, or the weekend. You're going to win the title. Why are you
Or are they?
crying? They are. Shut up. Why are you crying? Why?
Absolute bells all here.
I've seen us lose
No.
finals, big finals.
Loads of finals.
I don't think I cried.
Maybe those fans have got a right to do it. And again,
Oh,
it
for
comes back to
Come on, Ped.
See, this is take a person who's been given too much in his life. He doesn't have to work hard enough for anything in his life. It's like the modern millennial. Those Man City fans have had to endure shit for most of their lives coming from yous. Let's be honest, they have had to live with yous for all of their lives, and they get that one chance. You know they're going to win the league, but forever it would have been pictures would have been of winning the league against Manchester United. They would have had that forever and ever
It
and
wasn't
ever.
just kids though, it was grown
I know,
men that would have known City's bad times. How are you crying?
But these are the good times, right? So you want that one moment that just encapsulates everything good.
They've had the Aguero moment and things like that.
But there's difference.
That was a great way to win the league. If those fans, instead of crying, then turned around and just started bouncing and singing and doing, they could have sang Champions and they wouldn't have been able to say a word.
Listen, I don't agree with people breaking down and crying in the stands, because is the thing, you've got, 6 games left to win it or whatever. It's fine. It's going to be won. But I get why you'd be a bit deflated and a bit down.
No,
but
hang on.
Deflated, yes.
Hang on,
Crying, no.
again, right? Everyone has their emotions, right? I seen them last week after they beat us. I walked past their end and they were all bouncing and they were emotionally as high as I've ever seen any human being. They had everything in front of them, and the idea of building up to this one game, I'd seen for weeks, every game falling in place that they would have, so they could win it against Manchester United at home. They would have built themselves up so much for that game, and to have gone 2-0 up, and really should have gone 3-4, 5-0 up if Sterling had took his chances, and to see it all taken away from them. Yeah. Emotionally, that would have destroyed me.
You know what it's like? It's like if you get a kid hyped up for Christmas Day,
Yeah.
and then they can't get to sleep and they start crying, basically.
Yeah.
You know,
and then
too excited.
and then they wake up and they're expecting, WrestleMania on the NES, and they find out they've got some kind of Zelda Nintendo watch. It's not what I wanted, Mum. It's not what I wanted. Kids are watching the channel, googling NES as we speak.
Well, it's been re-released. I'm sure they know what they mean. I think what the crying thing does is it shows that the fans cared more about that than the manager did. He needs to win the game on Tuesday. Needs to. He didn't need to win that game at the weekend. He didn't need to, but I think the fans did. And I think, look, I don't think you can put too much criticism at the door of Guardiola for what he's done this season. I think the City have been great. They've scored so many goals. They've got so many points. They've been brilliant. They might be the best team in the world right now, but I think he's underestimated how much it meant to the fans.
Maybe, but there's also the fact that you are so odds on to win the league, and everyone's telling you you're going to win the league, and you know you're going to win the league. Make actually win the league somehow become an anticlimax. That's almost gone now. We're celebrating it while we're doing it. So when it comes, it'll just be like, well, we've won the league. Yes, we'll have a big day, but winning against Man United, that would have been the ultimate party. And then probably because they're all expecting not to get through in the Champions League now, would mean that Saturday all the focus on let's do it today. So that even when we come to Tuesday, when there will be disappointments because Liverpool will get through, we'll have beaten Man United to win the league. So I can see where they're coming from.
It doesn't explain to
listen,
you,
can I just put on camera now? Liverpool are going to win the Champions League because this is my life. They are going to win the Champions League. We've put the Toffee TV stakes on it. We've put all the money on it.
Do subscribe to the Ball Street channel. Make sure you drop a like on this video as well. We're back for more Social Club later on in the week.